It's 9 o'clock at night. The guitar is sitting right there, 3 feet from your hand. You've wanted to play it all day. You thought about it at lunch. You promised yourself tonight was the night. And you just opened your phone instead. Not taxes. Not the dishes. A thing you love. A thing you chose for yourself. So why are you scrolling past the one thing you actually want to do? An hour disappears into the feed. The guitar has not moved. Neither have you. And under the scrolling there is that low hum of guilt, slowly getting louder. Sound familiar? You already know the usual answers. You're lazy. You're undisciplined. You need a better schedule, a better app, a better morning routine. But have you noticed they never quite fix it for long? They all treat procrastination as a time problem. It isn't. It's a feeling problem. And once you see that, tonight finally makes sense. You were not short on time. You were standing in a free evening. Something else stopped your hand on the way to the guitar. 2 psychologists, Timothy Pitchell at Carleton University and Fuskia Sirwa, now at Durham, proposed the idea that reshaped this field. They argued that procrastination is your brain prioritizing your mood right now over your goals later. Better schedules can still help around the edges. But can a calendar fix a feeling? Look at the guitar again. It isn't just wood and strings, it carries a feeling. The doubt that you've stopped improving. The boredom of practicing scales. The quiet fear that you'll never sound like the player in your head. And what does your phone offer? An exit from all of that: instant, reliable glowing. So here is the refrain. You don't put off tasks. You put off the feelings stapled to the tasks. And it happens with everything that matters. The novel you keep not writing. The business you keep not starting. The workout, the application, the phone call to an old friend. Have you noticed the pattern? The more a thing matters to you, the more feeling it carries, and the more your brain wants to flinch away. The dream tasks are the heaviest ones. And this is not some rare glitch in you. In self-report surveys, somewhere between 1 in 7 and 1 in 5 adults describe themselves as chronic procrastinators. Estimates, but surveys across 6 different countries keep landing in that same range. By some estimates, 80 to 95% of college students procrastinate. Does that sound like a defective minority to you? That is basically everyone hiding the same secret. Even the person you compare yourself to, the one who seems effortlessly disciplined. They are fighting the same feelings quietly. You have just never seen their 9 o'clock. If your shoulders just dropped an inch, tap the like button. It tells YouTube to show this to the next person still blaming themselves. But a reframe is just a nice story until somebody tests it. How do you prove procrastination is really about mood? In 2001, 3 researchers, Diane Tice, Ellen Bratslavsky, and Roy Baumeister, found a way with one of the sneakiest experiments in psychology. Step 1, put people in a bad mood on purpose. Step 2 was the trick. Half the participants were told, falsely, that their mood had been temporarily frozen, and nothing they did for a while could change how they felt. What does that lie actually remove? If your mood is locked in place, snacking can't rescue you. Goofing off can't rescue you. Every fun escape becomes useless as medicine. So what did people do next? The ones who believed their mood was frozen simply stopped indulging. Across all 3 experiments, the bad mood-driven grab for distraction disappeared. Convince someone that the fun won't lift their mood, and suddenly the fun can wait. So the urge was never really about the fun. It was about the repair. The 3rd experiment should feel uncomfortably familiar. Upset students were given time to practice for an upcoming test. When the distractions in the room were fun, the distressed students put off practicing. When the only distractions available were boring, they got to work. Do you see what that means? A bad mood alone does not make you procrastinate. A bad mood plus the belief that something fun will repair it, that is the engine. You were never fleeing the guitar. You were chasing a mood repair, and your phone is the fastest one on the shelf. So if the escape works, why do you feel worse an hour later? Because the relief is alone. The task still exists, and now the guilt exists too. Someone still has to pick up that guitar and carry the shame of tonight. 2. Future you. Economists call this present bias. People systematically overweight immediate payoffs over later ones. Tonight's mood boost feels enormous. Tomorrow's cost feels small, blurry, far away. So you keep handing the bill to future you. And your brain has a strange blind spot about who that person is. In a small, early brain imaging study at Stanford, a researcher named Hal Hirschfield and his colleagues watched people think about themselves inside a scanner. When you think about yourself right now, a distinct neural signature fires, a marker that says, "This is me." But what happened when people imagined themselves years from now? That signature faded. It did not fade like that when they thought about other people. The neural signature that marks you grows quiet for future you. And the more it faded, the more steeply a person traded away future rewards. So tonight you hands the work to a person your brain barely registers as you. No wonder the handoff feels free. Until morning comes, and you are the one holding the bill. So how do you break a loop this well-built? Not with shame, and here is where everything you just learned starts paying off. Shame is a bad mood. And what does your brain do with a bad mood? It reaches for the nearest fun escape, and the loop pulls tighter, which is why the first real fix sounds soft and isn't. In 2010, Michael Wohl, Timothy Pitchell, and a colleague followed students across 2 midterm exams. The students who forgave themselves for procrastinating on the first exam went on to procrastinate less before the second. Not the ones who beat themselves up, the ones who let it go. It is a correlation, not a cure. But it points exactly where the mood-freezing experiment points, doesn't it? Drain the bad feeling, and you starve the escape reflex. So is this still guesswork? No, in 2016, researchers ran a randomized trial where people were trained in emotion regulation skills. Nothing about calendars, just handling hard feelings. Their procrastination dropped. Treat the feeling, and the delay fades with it. The second fix, shrink the start until it is almost nothing. Why would that work? Because your brain hides a quiet gift under all of this. Once a task is started and then interrupted, people spontaneously go back to it. Psychologists call it the Ovsiankina effect, and a 2025 meta-analysis confirmed it holds up, unlike its more famous sibling. Across some 21 studies, people return to unfinished tasks about 2/3 of the time, with nobody asking them to. An open task pulls. You have felt this pull before, haven't you? The half-finished puzzle that keeps calling you back to the table. The show you did not mean to finish, but somehow did. So the war was never the whole task. The war is the first 2 minutes. Play one sloppy chord. Write one ugly sentence. Once the thing exists, half-finished and slightly annoying, your own brain starts pulling you toward it instead of away. But how do you win even those 2 minutes on a bad day? With the strongest number in this whole story. In 2002, researchers Sarah Milne, Shayna Orbell, and Paschal Sheeran recruited 248 people, aiming to get them exercising. One group was simply tracked. A second group got a full motivational program, and it genuinely worked on their minds. Their intentions to exercise rose. A third group added one written sentence, a when and where plan. If this moment arrives, then I do this. So what happened that week? 38% of the track group exercised. The motivated group, 35, their intentions moved, and their bodies stayed on the couch. The if then group hit 91%, 91 against 35, from a single sentence written in advance. Why would something that small work? Because the moment of choice is exactly where the bad feeling ambushes you. An if then plan makes the decision early, before the dread shows up, so the feeling never gets a vote. Yours could be, when dinner ends on Tuesday, I pick up the guitar and play one song. That is the whole technology. And here is the part of this to keep forever. In 2007, Piers Steele published a review of the entire field, 691 correlations, gathered in one place. Want to know what procrastination actually tracks with? Impulsiveness, distractibility, how unpleasant the task feels, and intelligence. As summarized in Steele's review, that correlation came out at 0.03, effectively zero. Smart people procrastinate. Capable, accomplished people procrastinate. So look at everything procrastination turned out not to be. Not stupidity. Not laziness. Not a flaw carved into your character. It was never a measure of what you are worth. It is a brain doing what brains do, protecting you from a bad feeling, fast, with whatever is within reach. You were never broken. You were comforting yourself and billing future you. So tell me in the comments, what is the thing you want to do and still keep putting off? Name it, I read them all, and naming the feeling underneath it is step one. And if you like getting one hidden reason behind an everyday feeling, every week, subscribe. That is exactly what this channel does. It's 9 o'clock tomorrow night. The guitar is still sitting right there, 3 feet from your hand. But now you know it was never about time, and never about laziness. So don't wait to feel like it. Play one sloppy chord, and let your brain pull you the rest of the way in.